It's time to sit back, relax, and listen to Conversations with Joan. Conversations with Joan will inspire, motivate, and empower you. Live your best life now. Listen, learn, think, and decide. And now, here's your host, Joan Herman.
Welcome to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Lives. Conversations with Joan. I'm Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in. Conversations with Joan focuses on topics that are important to your life, from health and wellness to professional development to personal well-being. Change makers join me to share their insights, tips, and strategies so you can thrive and live your best life now. Thank you for taking time for yourself, and thank you for letting us be a part of your life. Now, let's start talking. Anyone who has watched the holiday classic It's a Wonderful Life can fondly recall Clarence, the lovable guardian angel sent to Earth to aid George Bailey in his time of need. Clarence helped George see the value in his life, and George helped Clarence earn his wings. This touching story has led many to wonder if there really are angels by our side and what their role may be in our lives. Today's guest, Lorna Byrne, has been seeing and talking to angels since she was a baby. Lorna offers us a unique insight into the angelic help that is available to us all the time. As Lorna says, all you have to do is ask. Lorna is a spiritual teacher, international best-selling author, and philanthropist. She's the author of 7 best-selling books, including Angels in My Hair, A Message of Hope from the Angels. Welcome, Lorna. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it's my pleasure to be talking with you, Joan. So let's have fun.
Well, I am so excited about our conversation because I have always been fascinated with the topic of angels, and I believe that angels are with us all the time. So I'm really excited about hearing what you have to say. But I want to start off by talking a little bit about your life and your backstory. What is your earliest memory of seeing an angel?
And my first memory of seeing an angel now, I was an infant, just lying in my cot and trying to reach up and touch them. I didn't know they were angels. And say maybe when I was about, 2 and a half, playing with my brother Christopher in front of the fire, and it was when we were playing with little blocks my dad had made, and our hands touched, and it was like as if his hand went into mine and mine went into his. And what would I say? All as I can say is I just felt so much love, and I laughed and giggled because I was only a young child. And it was at that moment that the angels had said that they were angels, and my little brother was a soul. I didn't know that, and I was to keep it a secret. So I have seen the angels. They have guided me all the way through my life. I see a guardian angel with every single human being across the world. And when you lose a loved one, they're not dead. It's only their physical body. And they can be right there beside you as well at the moments that you need them.
And that kind of leads to one of the questions that I wanted to ask you about angels. Were they human at one point? How did they come to be in the role that they have and the job that they have?
That's a lovely question. Angels were created long, long, long ago, and before you and I were even thought of in any way. It's like as if that's the first thing that God had created was these angels. And every soul, so every human being has a guardian angel, and they're there all of the time for us to help us, to guide us. And there's many other angels as well. And the soul of your loved one, I love that part of the question as well. Your soul and the soul of your loved one is more than any angel ever could be. You know the way we put angels on pedestals? Well, the angels have us on pedestals. It should be the opposite way around, and I love that. And when someone says my loved one is an angel in heaven, and the angels love that. They love that expression of love. But your loved one is more than any angel ever could be.
Lorna, I think that's beautiful because I've lost my entire family, my parents and my siblings. And to have the belief that they are always with me, I think that's so comforting and it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, no, the souls of your loved ones are always with you. They come and go. They're there every second you need them. It's like time doesn't, the way time, we have everything set in time as a human being. but the soul of your loved one and the angels, and even God doesn't have everything set in time, because there's no such thing as time, really. So I do love that. Sometimes, I might look out the window out onto the street and I would see the soul of a loved one walking with someone, as well as their guardian angel, and maybe other angels as well. And I would often see the soul of a loved one whispering into someone's ear, into the person. How would I say, the soul of your loved one, when you're grieving, they do everything to help you to grieve, to get used to the loss of them humanly, but they are there spiritually with you. And to me, that's just a very important thing to remember. And they're perfect. If they had been sick or killed or whatever may have happened, and their soul is perfect. They are perfect. They are happy. They're full of joy. They don't hold any anger or hate. All of that is gone. It's like, how would I say, they're pure love. And that's what your soul is pure love.
So, Lorna,
So
if angels
if you
are...
ever...
Go ahead, please.
I was going to say, sometimes when someone loses a loved one, they would tell me that, I had a row with them, and they must be angry with me. The soul of your loved one is never angry with you, or never hates you, loves you and adores you.
Lorna, you said we have a guardian angel. Is that person assigned to us from cradle to death?
Yes, I love that. That guardian angel was assigned to you before you were even conceived. When your soul was created in heaven, that angel was assigned, and that angel came with you at the moment of conception and stays with you, never leaves you for 1 second. Like, I know people often laughed at that and they would say, oh, was my guardian angel in the bathroom with me? What would they think of that? Of course your guardian angel will be in the bathroom with you, but your guardian angel just sees this beautiful person and that is unique, and your guardian angel loves you unconditionally. They have so much love for us, and is the gatekeeper of your soul, just wants to protect you as much as possible, but it can't overstep your free will, so you always have the choice to say yes or no to something in that way. So your guardian angel never leaves you.
Is our guardian angel kind of in the background pulling the strings, like guiding us? And how can we befriend, for lack of a better word, using a human word, how can we learn to identify who this angel is, and is there a way we can befriend it?
I always say to everyone, just say hello to your guardian angel. You give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance to have more faith and to believe that there's more in life, and that you have a soul, that spark of light of God, and that you have been given this guardian angel as a gift, and it's here in this world with you. And even then, when you die, your human body dies, it goes straight to heaven with you. It can never be anyone else's guardian angel. It's always yours. And I would just say the first thing to do is say hello to your guardian angel. And then when you're ready, ask for its name. It can give you part of its name, because the guardian angel's name seems to have so many letters in it. That's what they have showed me, and I don't understand it. And it usually is the first thought that comes into your mind, or it could be a sign that you're given. You have asked, but nothing crossed your mind at all. And suddenly somebody says, oh, I love this song called whatever it may be called, and sometimes that can be your guardian angel's name. That's your guardian angel's name. And it can be such a simple name, but maybe not a name that you understand. It could be a name in another language, or a language that you have never heard. Or it could be, your guardian angel's name could be F. It can be so simple. In that way, your guardian angel's name can be John or Mary, or whatever name sometimes that you recognize, but it's only part of your guardian angel's name, a tiny part. And never think of changing it. Never, when you receive it, don't doubt it. You could have asked and you're reading a book and suddenly a particular word stands out. And as you keep reading the book, turning the pages, you're finding this word is standing out all of the time. That's your guardian angel trying to tell you, that's my name.
And so Our angels are here to guide us. And, talking from a human point of view, because especially me, I'm the type of person that needs to see things and get answers. And
Yeah.
so, we're having to act on faith. But are they always making their presence known, but we just miss it?
Yes, the angels are always making their presence known, and we just miss it because in the sense of we're looking for a human sign so clear that we believe that we would trip over it. You know what I mean?
Right.
In that way. So your guardian angel is always giving signs, and one of the most common signs that people ask for is a feather. But if you're having an issue, it's like, ask your guardian angel for help, and, do your best to listen, but don't over listen. It's like you suddenly know you should make that phone call, or you suddenly know I should go to the shops now, or I should go to my boss and ask this question. It's always in the sense, it's always made quite clear to you, but we doubt ourselves. And sometimes then we kind of, because everybody else is giving us advice, telling us to go, the other direction or to say something completely different. So in a sense, we ignore our guardian angel and we go and say what everyone else is telling us to say, or we go in that other direction. And everyone knows this happens to us many and many a times. When you kick yourself and you say, that's an expression we use here in Ireland, we kick ourselves and we say, I knew I should have said the other thing, or I knew I should have gone the other way. So I would always say, try and listen. It's like, sometimes I use the example, if you have a glass of water on the table or a cup of tea and you're being told to move it, now it could be anything. And you don't bother move it, but then later on it gets knocked over or it gets spilt or you forget it. It could be, something that you were to take with you. And you knew you were to put it in your bag at that time, but you didn't, and then you forgot it. It's saying, oh, that was your guardian angel telling you, put it into your bag now.
You see the angels at work in your life. I mean, I just came off of a weekend. I had a challenging weekend personally. And as soon as Monday came around, the first thing I saw was this. I had stayed off social media, and as soon as I went on LinkedIn on Monday, I saw this quote that was a direct answer, really, a response to what I had gone through all weekend. And since then, I've had 4 different occurrences that were directly helping me with what I just went through. And I believe it was my guardian angel and anyone else that I've been calling in to help. And so I think when we take the time and we're mindful and we pay attention, I think we would see these miracles all day long.
Yeah, we definitely would see them more because they happen every day in our lives, every minute. But I think at times we're just so stressed, and you didn't miss on Monday seeing that message. That was a message for you, but it was probably a message as well for millions of other people across the world, but they missed it. They may have seen it, but missed it, in that way. And I suppose, again, it's, we are so stressed at times that we don't stop, and slow down, and just say to ourselves, I want to connect. I know I'm going to get through this. I know I'm going to have the strength. I know I'm going to have the courage, and I can take one step at a time. That's one thing the angels have always taught me, take one step at a time, and don't be so worried if, you're heading in one direction and then suddenly, you have to go and turn. I suppose maybe just to say to your listeners, I don't really read. I know I have written the books, but I'm severely dyslexic, and the angels have been there in my life all of the time, and they have guided me. And I guess, just like there's loads of miracles in my life, there is loads of miracles in your life as well. And it is, in a sense, maybe for listeners, for others out there, just to sit back for a moment and allow yourself to see those blessings, to see those miracles, because they're all around you. And the biggest miracle is that you're alive. you have a guardian angel, you have a soul, you have friends. I know you said your family, you have lost most of your family, but you still have family. God provides family in different ways as well. They come in through friends, through friendships, and they may come and go, but they're there for the time that you need them, and not to be afraid of, asking for help. The angels have always taught me, Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel and Angel Hosis, they would say to me, you're fearful and you're afraid. Even as a child, when I had to cross a stream, they would tell me, don't be afraid. Just look, we'll guide you. Take one step at a time. And I would always get to the far side. We will all make it to the far side. And then again, when we get to the far side, it's our choice what we want to do next.
Lorna, when you say you see angels, what do you actually see?
I see them physically. If you were here in the room with me, I would see your guardian angel. Now, when I was a child, I saw the guardian angel in its full glory, as I call it, because they're a different light than other angels. So they close down that light. So most of the time, I just see a beam of light behind someone, unless that guardian angel wants to convey something to me about the person. Maybe I have to pray and ask for the person in some way. Other times, just like Archangel Michael, people have said to me, Lorna, I saw you with this young man. Who was he? And I knew they were talking about Archangel Michael. And he would always dress in the clothing of wherever I am. One of the incidents, I have put in angels in my hair, and that's where I was walking in Maynooth College, and Archangel Michael came along and walked with me, and he was dressed as a priest. And I had to smile because two priests that passed us by with their prayer books said hello to Archangel Michael, said good morning to him. They completely ignored me as if I was invisible, but they saw him. And that has happened. I always say to people to remember, if you see an angel, they're perfect. Even their clothing is perfect, and you will notice the light about them. They dim that light. But many people around the world will claim that they saw an angel, or an angel helped them, or an angel was there talking to them during a trauma that they were going through. And sometimes that is, what you call it, a life-saving, maybe an accident. And sometimes, they would say to the rescue workers or the ambulance men, where is the other person gone, the other doctor that has been here with me all the time? Mm-hmm. And the ambulance crew turn around and say, we're the first on the scene.
So angels can take human form.
Reports. They do. On occasions, they do that. For me, I see them physically. As I said, I see you. But to me, that's normal. I don't know what the world looks like through your eyes, because I have seen them, and I always thought they were part of my family. I thought my mom and dad saw them. And as I grew, I realized, how important it was to keep it a secret, because they kept on reminding me constantly. But again, that was because I'm dyslexic, and way back in Ireland, if you had any learning difficulty, you were considered retarded, But look at where I am now, where I can read or write. It doesn't matter.
Lorna, why do you think you were chosen?
I don't know, because to me, I'm just an ordinary person. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And sometimes I would say to God, why didn't you choose someone else? I would often say to God, why didn't you choose a man? Why me? Mm-hmm. Why someone severely dyslexic with learning difficulties in that way, and ended up with no education, grew up very poor, so many ups and downs. Why? Because men are listened to. I would often argue with God, saying that, like, the world will listen to a man, but they don't listen to women in the same way, in that way. And so I don't really know, but I believe everyone can see angels, and I believe in the future, because I have been shown in the future that everyone will see angels. We will see them physically like I see them, and a mother or a father or a grandparent will say to a child's guardian angel, I'm going down to the shops now, keep an eye on the little one. And the guardian angel will respond to that grandparent or that mother. I know that will happen in the future. It's like I've been shown the intertwining. We're on a journey, a spiritual journey. The world is changing, and it's to become conscious of our soul. We're not just a human being. We're a spiritual being as well. We have that spark of light that is enormous and yet so tiny. And it's like the intertwining of the body and the soul that we get to the stage where we don't get sick. And this planet is fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. And I know at the moment our planet is in danger and we are in danger. But there's great hope there. We can do it. I know we can. God wouldn't have shown me so many incredible futures that all come together as one, unless they're going to happen.
Are you able to share any of those with us, Lorna?
Well, I have been shown where, as I said, everyone sees the angels. They're part of our family, part of our community. I have been shown where all religions and none pray together. There's no division anymore. There is so much love and compassion and hope. And where our planet, there's no such thing as war, or there's, how would I say, it's like countries, how would I say it? I don't know what way I said it in one of the books, but each country grows whatever food we grow, and then we share it with the rest of the world. We don't sell it. We share it. If there's a country that has had difficulty in, maybe there wasn't enough rain or something like that, and another country has surplus, we send it. We don't look for money. And to me, that's such a big change, because at the moment, everything is about money and wealth, but to see that love and that compassion, it's like someone knocking on your door and they're hungry. I always remember being told a story about a little boy, and he was hungry and he knocked on loads of doors. And then when he knocked on one door, the woman opened and she said, hold on. And she got him a glass of milk, and she gave him that glass of milk. And that changed that little boy's life. God brought him on a path because of that kindness, because of that love. And how would I say, that little boy, as he grew, changed other people's lives as well. It's like a knock-on effect. We save our planet, so we have to become so conscious of our planet and nature. And the angels taught me everything out in nature. It's like we have forgotten how to, reconnect again with our beautiful planet. That's right. A gift. Sometimes when you're given a gift for free, you kind of, put no value on it. It doesn't matter if it breaks or, all that kind of thing. And I suppose that's what we have done with our planet. It has been a gift, and we put no value on it. We just kept taking. But there's lots of hope there. I want your listeners to know that. That is very important. And to give themselves a chance to believe in their guardian angel and to believe that they have a soul. And that your loved ones are right there with you as well. They're not dead, only their body. That is all. And you will see them again, and our loved ones give us so many messages all of the time, because your guardian angel calls them in, because you have to remember, you knew your loved one. What would you say? You could sense them, you could smell them. Like some people would say to me, I can smell my granny, I can smell my child. And nobody smokes in my house. But suddenly I got a smell of cigarettes, and I knew it was my dad or my son or my daughter, because they were alive humanly once.
Lorna, is there anything that we need to do? You were saying that the angels are going to make their presence more known and be a bigger part of our lives. Is there anything we need to do? Do we need to raise our vibration? Do we need to live with more kindness? What's the role we have in making that happen?
I think the role that we all have is becoming conscious of our guardian angel, and again with more love, compassion, and hope and forgiveness. You know, not to be angry, to forgive, and not to judge. And I believe we're getting there, even though we might think we're not. But I will never give up on hope. I will never give up on mankind as such. You know, so it's like you can use the word raise your vibration, but it's no point raising a vibration if you're not going to love yourself and love others and love nature. You know, it's no good raising your vibrations if you're not going to look after nature as well, whether that is your garden, you know, or the birds around you, or any little critters around you. When you see someone in tears or someone reaching out for a helping hand, if you can give them a helping hand, you must give them a helping hand. You know, and sometimes it's only opening a door or giving a smile. You know, those two simple things can save someone's life. You know, so if you're going to say to yourself, I want to raise my vibrations, I want to become more conscious of my soul, say good morning to your guardian angel, but say good morning to your soul as well, and ask for the help to love you more so you can love the world more and everyone in it and all of nature. So those vibrations can be coming from you, but you're receiving them as well, and it's changing everything that is all around you.
The book is Angels in My Hair, A Message of Hope from the Angels. If you would like to learn more about Lorna and her work, you can visit lornabyrne.com. That's BYRNE, lornabyrne.com. Lorna, in about 30 seconds or less, what is the takeaway? What would you like to leave our listeners with?
I would love to leave everyone with love. You know, if you feel that you're not loved, remember, I love you, God loves you, and your guardian angel loves you. You are loved, and to know that there is lots of hope. I would never turn you away. You are loved. That's what I would love everyone to give, as much love as they can out into the world, but they must love themselves as well.
Lorna, thank you so much for spending this time with us.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you for joining us. I hope you found the show informative. At Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life, we believe that knowledge is power. Take what you've learned, apply it, and live your best life now. Remember that the information provided is the opinion of our guest and should never replace the advice of a professional who knows your personal situation. If you'd like more information, visit our website, cyacyl.com. That stands for Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. While on our site, listen to past shows on demand, read the digital magazine, sign up for our mailing list, and be sure to follow the show on social media. Until next time, this is Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in.